The earliest cynodonts, those known from the late Permian, are also the most primitive. They lacked a secondary palate. This is a feature which would mark the later cynodonts. They contained extra teeth. In the most primitive form, Divinia, the vomer bones are still paired and unfused. These traits would change in the Permian form Procynasuchus, which fused its vomer bones, had more complex cheek teeth, and reorganized jaw muscles such as the masseter. Cynodont reptiles of the early Triassic, such as Thrinaxodon, were truly transitional forms. They had a variety of primitive features, reminiscent of the more primitive therapsids, such as cervical ribs, a primitive atlas axis complex where the components were not yet fused, the reptilian jaw joint, the articulation between the quadrate and articular bones, and intercentra between the vertebrae and the cervical region. These were all primitive features. They also possessed features which mammals possessed, but which the earlier therapsids did not. The lumbar ribs were reduced, probably indicating the presence of a diaphragm. There was a shorter tail. They had a more erect posture. The ilium was larger with greater muscle attachments, and the pubis was smaller. The ribs possessed a single head. All of these were features which made these early Triassic cynodonts more mammalian in their appearance. The early Triassic cynodonts, such as Thrinaxodon, had evolved a number of new features of the head, which also made them more mammalian. They had developed a secondary palate, a bony shelf which separated the oral and nasal cavities, allowing them to breathe while eating. They evolved chewing cheek teeth. They evolved two occipital condyles in the back of the skull, like mammals. The ancestral pineal foramen was lost. There were changes in the lower jaw. Interestingly, the snout indicates that there were blood vessels and openings for nerves, which are typical of animals which possess whiskers. And so, although it is unknown when the feature of hair evolved in the mammalian lineage, it is quite possible that early Triassic cynodonts already had hair or at least whiskers.